Hello, everyone. This is Brother Benson Media, and I hope you are doing fine today. Before we go into our main discussion, please allow me to share with you a video here uh, from the rally or the tour that President is having in Rift Valley, and this was the DAB Member of Parliament, Farah Maalim, Honorable Farah Maalim, speaking. Just allow me to play it, and from the video will form uh, the basis of our discussion.
Wakulima wetu imepanda. Ukiona elimu tumeenda better than any times in our history. Ukiona mambo ya universities inaendelea vizuri sana. Afya hata Amerika haina universal health coverage, na sisi tunapata universal health care coverage. Sumeelewa? Ukiangalia walimu ndio hiyo, unaona vile inaendelea maneno. Hata sisi huko kwetu tumepata walimu wengi. Ukiona kila kitu inaendelea, alafu washenzi wengine wanasema ati Kasongo, Ruto must go. Kuma nina zenu hao ambao wanasema hivyo. Kwani amekaa kwa kiti ya mama yako ama baba yako? Amekaa kwa kiti yetu si.
Thank you so much. That's a member of parliament for the DAB, a legislature, insulting Kenyans during rally that he accompanied president, and that one give you the type of leaders that we breed, leaders who do not have respect for the people who gave them the mandate to lead or to legislate on their behalf. The best thing that they could do to the citizens is to insult them, uh, including their mothers. That's where we have reached as a country. Talking about Farah Maalim, you know, um, back in the days, I think when Marende was member of parliament, I mean, no, not member of parliament really, but when Marende was the speaker for National Assembly, um, Farah Maalim was the deputy speaker. And from his views, argument then, people believe that Farah Maalim is one of the best leaders that our our countries, our country, I mean, have ever produced. But now it turned out that that is not true. Just to bring you to speed, you remember when there was maandamano, especially June 6th, when majority of Gen Z lost their lives. There's a comment that the honorable member made, and it took the Wiper Democratic Party to de-whip him from all positions in the House, even with all positions in the party, just because he made comment about the Gen Z who lost their lives. And today again, he's on our screens, uh, insulting our mothers and people of Kenya as a whole. And what does that one tell you? One, that one tells you that he has failed the test of moral values. Remember, for few weeks now, leaders have been lecturing our parents, and leaders have been lecturing our kids, our brothers and sisters, especially when it comes to use of internet, that they lack morals and they lack respect. So today, you're seeing leadership that has been lecturing. Even today, if you listen to the words that were spoken with other leaders, I would call them now the leaders that are allied to president or the surrogates because they are selling the policies of the president, you know, was the same lack of respect to the people of Kenya. And what that does one mean? That one means that as a Kenya or as the Kenyan population, we have work to do. When those who have given the mandate can disrespect us or disrespect the nation to that extent, which means during the ballot, you have to do your due diligence and elect leaders who will always respect you and leaders who will discuss the challenges that you are going through. Yeah. And in a society, everybody will not agree with you. There are those who will be having dissenting opinions. You cannot have 10 people and these 10 people will agree with what you're saying. It has happened in our families, it has happened in our society, it has happened even in our institution and schools, where not everybody is going to agree with what you're saying. But it doesn't mean that if I disagree with you, you disrespect me or you insult me. So that's it. Yeah. You have also to learn to agree and disagree. So from all that, the member of parliament has failed the test of moral values. He should not even lecture our parents or our brothers to be very respectful because the respect is a two-way traffic. How can you listen or even sit down as a family that you're watching TV and a leader that you say you respect is insulting you like that? That is uncalled for that leader. There are a few things also he spoke about. He talks about that right now the prices, especially for food, has gone down. Um, I don't know whether that one is true. Maybe according to him, but as far as I know, there are so many Kenyans who are still finding it very hard in terms of even having 3 meals a day. They cannot afford to have 3 meals. Some go without breakfast, lunch. They might only have like dinner or might have supper. It depends. And it's just something to hold their stomach, but not to say that now I'm going to bed uh, fully filled in the stomach. Yeah. So he also talked about uh, education. Um, we still have challenges, especially in educational sector. Uh, he talked also about the health coverage, whereby he's benchmarking, is using America to benchmark our health coverage. That America, especially, do not have the universal health care in Kenya, where now they are enjoying, or Kenyans are enjoying. You know, to be sincere, if I was him as a leader, the universal health care, the SHA, is experiencing problems. There's a lot of problem, especially for those who have gone to hospital. Sometimes you find the coverage is paying, you pay less, but the coverage takes less, but you pay the larger percentage. Let me just elaborate for him, especially when it comes to the American system, when it comes to healthcare. One, The healthcare sector in America, around 99% is not controlled by the government, especially when it comes to um, insurance. Majority people who are employed, they tend to buy insurance through their employers. There are also those who might contact the insurance company directly if they're not employed. They are working, but they can pay or purchase their health insurance or healthcare benefits that fits them. And there are also those who depend on Medicaid. Yeah. And the Medicaid, we have Obamacare. So before benchmarking our healthcare system with America, I think I know you should do research and give good information in a place where the healthcare system tends to work, where there's no issues, where there's a transparency. So the member of parliament, I think you should do more and give us more information, especially when you want to use the United States healthcare system as a benchmarking, or that we are doing better than them, especially when it comes to healthcare. So I think there you need to do more work, at least to elaborate for us. But as far as I know, um, the healthcare system of the country that you're mentioning tend to work without difficulties, especially for those who um, have purchased their insurance. You know, so think along that line. Secondly, I think also the member of parliament is out of touch with the reality, what Kenyans are going through. Yeah, yeah. I think you are not in the reality. I can remember even the president now you're supporting, member of parliament, when you were in Azimio, you are the same person who was not buying the president ideology and the visions that the president was having for the country. But maybe now, because the member of parliament was de-whipped from Wiper, maybe he's in the process of joining the party that president is leading right now, UDA. But it's okay because each and every person has a reason to, or has a right to join any political party he wants. But remember, you have to deliver services to Kenyans because that is the mandate that you're given to Kenyans. Legislate on their behalf. Where Kenyans are finding challenges, you've been given that mandate to find a way of solving those problems, but not to insult them. That is only in a civil, in a society where democracy thrives. Yeah. So that is what I think. Thirdly, um, also there's this issue of internet or social media, and I think the majority of politicians are still navigating on how to handle social media. Especially, do I call it social media activism? It is still not clear to them. They still do not have a grip, or they still not have how can they handle social media, and it's giving them a lot of problems. Because one, the reason why that is happening is that when you come to social media activism, there is nobody who is a leader that even if you want to negotiate, you can negotiate with. In social media or social media activism, they are leaderless. Social media is leaderless. So you cannot be very particular that so and so is a leader. Because right now, the social media, especially in Kenya, has taken the path of the real opposition, the organic opposition. You know, remember when Raila Odinga used to be the opposition that used to criticize the government, the same words that were used today, those are the words that were used to insult Right Honorable Prime Minister Raila Odinga, just because he had a dissenting view on the government, not even the government of President William Ruto, but even the previous governments. And that one was possible because you know, you know who Raila Odinga is, and you know that he's the person leading the opposition. But right now, we do not have opposition because the broad-based government has swallowed majority of opposition members. So the only place, so the only population that is left are the population in the social media. So it is not now very clear for any politician who who is being criticized through social media, anybody to attack. That's why the tactics that have been formed is to attack everybody, to attack all Kenyans who are in social media. So that's why you see uh, uh, even the president himself was talking about social media. CS for Interior was talking about social media. Kipchumba Oscar Sudi too was talking about social media. Because that is where the real opposition is. So they are still figuring out on how to handle social media. Yeah. And this has changed the political landscape in Kenya. Because when you look at social media, let's say there's a platform whereby today you are hosting, somebody is hosting on X. You find like there are almost over 30,000 people who are watching. These are the crowd that you cannot buy as compared to uh, some crowd, like normal crowd that we usually have that you can mobilize. Like today you saw on the pictures, there were those buses, um, a group of people who were ferried to go to those rallies. In social media, you cannot organize to ferry people to go to social media, you know? So it is an easier way on how to spread the message because it brings uh, a lot of people together. Yeah. And that is something that is giving, especially the politician, hectic time on how to navigate, on how to control social media. Remember how social media they used to organize the Gen Z Maandamano? So I think is something that is still giving them hard time to figure it out. That's why this hunger, hatred, insults to Kenyan people is taking place. Anyway, that is what I have for you today. If you are new here, kindly please um, join our channel and be part of us. Thank you so much, and may God bless you. See you next time.